Welcome to the Pushin' the Cushion podcast with Slim Pushins and Corby Sherb. For all your local and national sprint car updates, news, opinions, driver and team interviews, and behind-the-scenes insights and stories I promise you've never heard. These two have no idea what they're doing or why they're doing it, so give it a try. If for no other reason, you'll be able to make fun of them for it. And now, from the Rutherford Team Studio, please welcome Corby and Slim.
All right, we are back in the inaugural episode of Pushing the Cushion with driver the number 01J Jeb Sessums. Jeb is talking with Corby and Slim. They're going to get into conspiracy theories and hopefully back to some more racing stuff. So let's get into it.
It was a long night, but all right.
Let's talk conspiracy theories.
Let's talk. Let's
Because
get to know the real Jeb.
Those of you that don't know Jeb,
I gotta be careful.
I'm not going to say.
Be careful. I don't know if the government's listening.
So
We're going to get blacklisted on
I'm not going to
Spotify
say.
episode
So
one.
I'll say this: Jeb and I've
Exposing the truth.
we've taken road trips, and this has come up against your dad's better judgment. Your dad's not. He doesn't really buy into that stuff.
No, he doesn't at all.
But
He thinks
so it's not that Jeb believes every conspiracy theory, but when you bring one up, he goes down these rabbit holes.
He's got almost like facts about why people believe this stuff.
Yeah, I know a lot about specific theories. Not to say that I'm
Right.
100% convinced, but
Go
I
ahead.
get their arguments.
Go ahead, Corby. You've been waiting for a week since he agreed to be on the show. Go ahead and ask him.
Which part? What
The biggest one about the moon.
Did we
I'm gonna
land
ask
on
you.
the
No,
moon?
absolutely not.
I couldn't agree with you anymore.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no way.
Absolutely not.
Why?
Absolutely not. How? There's just so many reasons.
So
I don't
here's-
think we have a long enough podcast to go down this, but
Listen, we're gonna get so much backlash from this.
That's
because
okay.
that's all right.
This is my theory. Okay, to get a rocket to the moon takes like 150,000 gallons of rocket fuel, but evidently, to leave the moon and crash into the Pacific Ocean,
You just need, like,
it
air
takes
pressure?
it
Just
takes
like air
in like two washing machines
pal.
tied together.
Yeah,
Evidently
exactly.
it takes like 14 gallons. Like it's
enough
like
fuel
Jim's
for your
Prius.
lawnmower. Yeah.
That was the catalyst for when I was always on the fence, because some conspiracy theories are like way out there. But when I was like, that theory has some legs.
So if you go off of like what some of like Elon Musk's engineers are talking about to get to the moon, just to get to the moon, they need a rocket that's double the size of the original Apollo mission, and it will need to be refueled mid-flight at least 6 times, but they're thinking probably more like 8 or 9 times to get to the moon. And then they'll have to refuel it on its way back. So it's like, I don't
And
know.
this was in what 1968, 1969?
Yeah.
You know,
It's
there's
in the 60s, and like I can understand like getting to the International Space Station. That's 350 miles above the surface, but for the first shot to the moon, when it's like 330,000 miles away, just first shot, no issues.
we
Get
landed.
back,
We got
no
it.
issues.
Flag was waving.
Oh,
the whole
good.
thing.
Yeah, no, that's impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible.
I agree. And I know that there's going to be people who argue back with that because the government told us this, but it's just let's just state facts.
And this is the thing is they lost all the original like
That's also a big
telemetry
catalyst
data
for me. Like, are you telling me
Yeah.
that
we did the
and-
biggest moment in
Yeah.
history.
We just lost all the technology. We're trying to learn
Yeah.
the technology, how to get past the radiation belts.
we save toilet paper from previous presidents that are in the archives, but we have no idea
Yeah, exactly.
where all of the data is.
Yeah. They can.
I'm
they
just
can
going to go
get
on
back to the
record.
moon
This
and
is
all
Jim
that.
Gardner
Jim's
of
losing
Denison,
his-
Texas. I think we landed on the moon officially.
Jim's losing
The
his
other
mind
three,
right
It's
now.
just,
I
it's
have.
just, it's just not
I don't even like
possible.
them.
I can see Jim in the other room, and he's just.
And listen,
he's on his 14th Trulies.
the videos that they have of them, like during the Apollo mission, they don't even have the original tapes from that. Those are the recordings of what was projected onto a wall at NASA. I just,
Yep.
Well, what about how long that phone cord had to be able to call President
Yeah, we
Nixon?
were still
Yeah.
using rotary phones
Yeah,
back then.
like I can't even go into my garage right now and like make a phone call. But yet they were in the '60s able to.
I
call.
can't stream music in Nebraska at nationals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That had to have been a hell of a phone cord.
It was. There's just no way.
No.
There's no way.
What about you and I have had this conversation before? What about the belt, the radiation
The
belt?
radiation belt. Yeah. So like, there's no physical way at the moment that they can protect any kind of living organism past those radiation belts. There's two different belts. There's two different kinds of radiation. We have the capability to protect against one, not the other. So we have no way of getting past it. So I don't see that as being an option. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't see why Elon Musk wouldn't be able to get a rocket to the moon and back
We have self-driving cars.
with self-driving cars and all of that.
Now, correct me if I'm
funding.
wrong, because I get all my news from like Facebook and TikTok. Haven't they? We were supposed to go back in the last month.
So we're supposed to go back.
They've pushed that back, and
pushed
I
it
think
back.
that's fishy
It is.
to some degree.
It is fishy. And then also, yeah, that
With the technology that we have today, we're landing. You know, they just discarded those rockets. Now, you know, Elon Musk has developed the ability that they capture
Yeah,
that
to
they
reuse
capture
them
those
and
things
everything.
and they land. That almost looks fake. The videos that you see of them
Yeah.
landing on barges and stuff, it's
Yeah.
crazy
yeah, it
that
doesn't look real at
that
all.
it almost looks fake. What's your
All right, wait. Before we get off topic here, I pulled up while you guys were rambling.
Okay, go for it.
The
Jeb's
105, the 105 Speedway schedule down in Houston. We can go down there and run May 16th. I think that's
What is happening?
Grayson County. I think we all go to NASA, field trip to NASA
oh
museum
I
down
will
there, and
happily
then
go
you
to
guys
NASA.
can take your accusations to the source. We can
You
go.
think that they're
It's
not gonna
September
tell us?
5th, September 19th,
Corby? You want to go
August
to the
1.
You want to go to the Johnson Space? We're gonna go run. We're all running 105. We're gonna go to the Johnson Space Center. And
This
we're
is
just
the
gonna
issue: is when you go and visit NASA, that's might as well be going to like Disney World or anything like that. They're just actors. That's it.
Okay.
It's just actors.
So I
I've
used to
been to
live
the-
across the street from the Johnson Space Center, and a lot of you're not wrong. A lot of what they have down there are recreations of lunar modules and lunar landers and Sputnik.
Well, I think I've been to both. And what is it? It's in Ohio or is it in Indiana?
Easy.
The National Museum of the Air Force is in
There
Dayton,
you
Ohio.
go. And I've seen all that stuff, and it's
This is
real.
why we
It's
have
real
Jim.
planes.
This is why we have Jim on board because he is.
this is just what
It's
happens.
in Indiana,
Googling.
right?
Is all the astronauts who have been into space, they've interviewed multiple ones. There's specific astronauts that say that when they look out the window, the like outer space is just this beautiful, like you can see the stars perfectly. There's no like light pollution or anything like that. You just see all these stars. And then they interview other astronauts and they say you can't see the stars at all. It's just an immense black darkness and there's no light, and the only thing that has light is either the sun or the earth. You can't see any stars at all. So I don't understand why astronauts would be
Those
seeing.
are the ones that haven't been anywhere.
They're like
Sound stages.
Oh, I just think that it's just whatever's in their imagination. They've never really been to space.
The shadows are another thing for me that
shadows,
started making me think like you've got one light source, but shadows are coming from different, like a football field.
Well, and all of these suits that they used were hand stitched
Oh, Corby loves that
by
one.
a bunch of seamstresses that used to just be on an assembly line, and they hand stitched them, and not one of them failed. Like
It goes back to the same thing. Like we're talking about in the late '60s.
Yeah.
Right.
like these the ladies that stitched it, they interviewed them. Like they literally came from stitching
Like quilts.
and blue jeans, and then they got hired on, and they did no different specialty stitching at all. It's just whatever they learned in that factory.
No, like Kevlar thread or anything like that.
No, it's
What do you think?
There's no way.
nah.
There's no way. It's the same. I watched a podcast and they said that it's an 1/8% of your body weight. Jeb, how I don't even have to ask you how much you weigh. I mean, how far could you throw a 20-pound weight?
Yeah.
So technically, if you were standing on the moon, if you jumped with all your force, how high would you go?
I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty damn crazy.
You
It
know what I
wouldn't
mean?
be just a little hover,
Little hippity
yeah,
hop?
little hippity hop, get like 6 inches to a foot. and you're
That's
going
where
so
I'm
slow.
just there's no way. It's not possible.
No.
Listen, for all the people, this is my final thought about this. For all the people who are driving,
We have
who are
phones going off right
who are
now.
driving and screaming at like, what is wrong with you? Like, Jeb seems like such a rounded guy. How could he even think this? This is the question that I leave people with. All of the video, right? Who took the video
Exactly.
of the first steps?
Who took the video of
Why can't we see the flag?
the rocket
we
taking back off?
we can
They
see
left him.
that guy.
Yeah, they left him.
They left him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just hanging out there still.
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite conspiracy theory?
I'd say the moon's probably like one of my favorite ones. I like that because there's so many different arguments and everything. I also do enjoy the flat Earth theory because there's such a wide array of theories when it comes to it. I don't believe the Earth is flat, though some of the arguments are a little convincing.
Right.
But
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
d-
it's not that you believe in
Yeah,
any of this stuff.
I don't-
Like,
I
you
don't-
dug deep into
I feel
it.
like flat Earth is a little extreme, and I can't say that I 100% believe in that.
If Jim if he hadn't already lost his mind, he's about to walk out on that one.
But-
Jim, go ahead. Jim, your
No,
thoughts?
I'm still here. I'm still here.
But, you know, you got
I'm trying to
Antarctica's-
find a space in the
It's
schedule to
crazy
go
that
down to
every
NASA.
single continent had to sign a treaty
Yeah,
that we couldn't cross.
because it's according to them, not my theory, but according to flat earthers, it's because that's the ice wall that prevents the water from falling over. Or if you go really extreme, it's the ice wall that this will get really deep. So it's the ice wall that actually secludes us from the 23 other realms.
Worlds?
Yeah, it's realms. So the Earth is actually significantly larger, and there's other like humans on this Earth, and we're just secluded by the ice wall. And everybody else knows about each other. We just don't know about them
Why are they so special?
because our
Powers that be?
powers that be don't want us to know. Because like chaos and not knowing is what keeps us like under control. Because all of them are free and all of that.
Free healthcare?
Yeah, free everything. Yeah, free everything. Advanced civilizations.
Well,
But-
I have
It's
one.
wild because... Go ahead.
Yeah.
Ask your question before I do.
I have one. Well, this isn't about flat Earth. I have a moon question. So if you have a flat Earth question,
No,
go
it's
ahead.
not a flat Earth question because it falls in the same thing. Like you're saying that like these other people know more than us, or freer than us, or bigger than us, or smaller. Because it falls into the same like the pyramids.
Yeah.
How are the pyramids so perfect?
Yeah. So I think if you go off of
That's an interesting one.
yeah, so the pyramid thing, if you want to go like one conspiracy route is that aliens, extraterrestrials, they're the ones who built it. But I feel like now it's probably more of a more agreed upon in the conspiracy theory world that there's probably advanced civilizations that either we don't know about or that the powers that be don't want us to know about. They just want to base it off of the string of evolution where just technology has just increased slowly over an extended period of time. But I feel like that it's probably there were advanced civilizations beforehand. And I guess if you go off that one Obama clip, that aliens are real. So maybe it was aliens that built it.
Well, it's the same, and I know that I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. You know, I mean, it's even biblical. You know, giants existed. You know, they've found bones and skulls of these people that are way
Jim's-
bigger than anyone.
Jim's throwing things.
But it's just a crazy coincidence that everything about the pyramids are absolutely perfect.
Yeah, to the T. I mean, I think it was perfect to true north, and all the measurements like line up to like what the measurements of the Earth are, and either it was, I mean, there's multiple explanations. I mean, maybe the pyramids were these transmitting generators, power generators.
Right, because they've proved that they
Communication.
can control electricity too
Yeah.
throughout them. You know,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
been a lot of things proven lately.
And like you have all of these civilizations that supposedly had no way of having any contact with each other, that are on completely different continents, that all have these pyramids across the world, and they're all perfectly built. So it's like there was something. So whether it was advanced civilizations, aliens, all of the above, there's something.
Wild.
You think there's
Yeah.
something more than
What they're
there's
telling
something?
us.
I mean, I don't know what it is, but the weight, is it limestone or granite that they're made out of?
Yeah. So they're. I can't remember exactly what
The
they're
weight.
made of, but they're also.
Jim's on it.
Yeah,
He's
Jim's
Googling.
on it. Jim's googling it.
Hey, I'm
He's
here.
not even listening. He's just looking at race stuff.
Look at a new setup.
Yeah, but
I was looking at my shock sheets.
We won't even get into shocks right now with Jimmy. We won't even start that one. Talk about
I got-
conspiracy theories and then Jimmy with the shocks.
I got 2 new sets in. I'm sitting here looking at them. My bad.
It's like Christmas Day for Jim. Hey guys, listen. I know y'all are talking about conspiracy theories, but look at these shocks.
Look at these shocks; they're pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But no, I think there's so many unanswered things. They're not telling us the straightforward stuff. I think it's ridiculous that they say that, they show like the different levels of the soil, and that they lay them out to like different time periods.
Yeah.
And there's no way, because there's certain portions of it where they have like petrified trees that they're,
Did I hear I say the other day.
Vertical.
Did I hear recently? I've always assumed, or maybe we were sold, that pyramids were made to bury royalty in. And did I hear
Yeah.
recently that there's never been
they've never found.
there's never
Correct.
been
There's never been
anything,
a pharaoh inside of
nothing.
there ever. No,
Yep.
never been a tomb.
Talk about your all-time
Like actual-
backfires.
Maybe they died too soon. Not too
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Like you have all these like significant structures that were built for the pharaohs, but they never found any pharaohs in there. It's pretty interesting.
Jim, do you have any thoughts on the matter?
I'm just going to go back on record. My name is Jim Gardner, and I'm saying this of my own free will.
I want
think
all the
we landed
special
on the
agents.
I
And-
think another
I've
Big
been studying shock sheets for the last 20 minutes.
big.
Hey, we're having a
conspiracy
show.
is-
We're in the middle of a show. Remember that?
is, I mean, let's be honest. So World War II, crazy time. Just
Oh,
even
boy.
before, we landed on the moon. But you're telling me that the one guy who made almost half the side of the world believe in him killed himself.
Yeah, I
Jeb?
think that's
Jeb.
I can't fit it in my head that he would have done that.
Yeah. I don't. It's kind of hard to believe, and I feel like there's been multiple like they're redacted CIA files that were released, but there's multiple instances in there where they've talked about seeing Adolf Hitler or someone who resembles him in Argentina. There was known multiple high Nazi officials that escaped to Argentina. A
I
lot of
wonder
them
why
were put on trial.
Argentina. I wonder what significance that
Well,
has.
what do you know has ever happened in Argentina?
Drugs running? I don't know.
That's about it. It's super quiet.
Jim, what significant comes out of Argentina?
It's not. I thought drugs was Colombia. I don't know.
Okay.
I thought
I don't know of anything that comes out of
I
Argentina.
don't think-
But
Jeb,
they-
just real quick,
Yeah.
96 pounds of compression on the right rear shock. Is that enough? Or
Depends
Like,
on
is
where
it
you're
a
at.
single
This is-
adjustable?
it's rebound adjustable, so
Rebound
compression
adjustable,
is
so-
single. Yeah, so 96 would be pretty. I mean, I can lock down the left front.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I need
I
to.
think. Yeah, no,
Okay.
that'd be just fine.
All
'Cause
right, I just wanted
was
to jump in and
always-
get that information while I had you here.
To stop
Yeah.
us from conspiracy
the,
hour.
the most I run compression wise, unless it's just super heavy or super rutted up.
We're gonna start giving away secrets. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. On a general, it would be about 106 is where mine is at
Yep.
for like
Okay.
a heat race,
All
and
right,
then
mine's a little
I
soft.
turn her down a little bit. Now, whenever it starts to get heavier or rougher,
I remember there was one race talking about getting heavier or rougher.
Look
we
at
were
us getting back to racing.
We were at Waco, and it was absolutely gnarly.
I cranked that. So that's
and
the
I
one good
asked
thing.
you that night.
Yeah, that's the one good thing about having a double adjustable.
Was that the night
Right
that
there.
you sent like a wheel and tire across the train tracks?
No,
No, that was different. That
No,
was
he's talking about
different
Jeb.
night. That was oh no,
we're talking about a night that Jeb just absolutely annihilated us.
I just went.
There's so
I
many
wasn't-
of those.
I went through the
Yes.
ruts, but I knew it was going to be heavy. I was already, half-assed
Committed.
height, and so I just pumped my right rear up, and then I stiffened my right rear shock to like probably 135 pounds and 140 pounds, and just went after it. Tied my left front down, and there she went.
Just sent it.
Yeah,
There's sometimes it just takes a little shock adjustment, and I think that if we're gonna get like all the way off all that stuff and back to racing, there's some nights and there's
All right,
plenty.
Jim's back in
There's
now.
plenty of racers.
right, let me
honestly,
stand
that
back
just
up.
Do
I see him in the
too
window.
much. They will work on their car just too much.
for sure.
We've had teammates.
Yeah,
We've had teammates that
like the wicker
were
ticker
that
and
one,
stuff.
the wicker ticker.
You know what
I don't
size
know,
wicker to
And,
go
and
out with.
sometimes it's hard not to
Wicker ticker.
want to tinker with certain things.
It's easy when you start on the front row. It's hard when you're starting
Yeah.
8th to 10th.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. If you're starting in the front row, you can try a little bit of something a little different. But it is hard not to want to tinker, and at the same time, it's also hard to not want to change from what you do on a week-to-week basis. It is just kind of comes and goes on that.
Because I think, too, in the week-to-week basis, a lot of our tracks are pretty similar
Yeah.
for the most part when
Yeah.
it goes from a heat race to a feature. So for the most part, if you did the same thing every single night, you wouldn't be that far off.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. And I've changed up quite a bit, especially since Jim's been on. We've changed up a little bit on this setup wise, and
Yeah, because-
I do like the car.
I'm going to
feel
touch
good.
base on this. And, like, Jeb, you have been fast forever, right? As long as I've known you. And if I'm not mistaken, you went off of what the XXX cheat sheet said.
to the T.
Yeah. Basically, like, basic standard, that's what you did.
Mhm.
And no matter what, Jeb was a top 5 car.
Yeah, and that's pretty much. Even if I go back to running my personal car, which is a XXX. So if I run a XXX or a Maxim, it'd pretty much be just off of the exact what XXX cheat sheet says to do.
Is that what Jimmy does?
I can't go through Jim's secrets completely.
No, please, there's no secrets.
Jim can
There's-
go
Make
through
sure you
Jim's
don't mess
secrets.
the car up.
But I would
I've
say
been
this,
very blessed to have guys that can figure out how to take 7th place shit boxes and run 3rd.
When did that start? After Corby?
Oh, for sure after me.
No.
I would say this JR1 has kind of thrown us a little bit of a loop. I think it's a little bit more temperamental of a car. So we do have to be a little bit more mindful of the setups. Like I feel like with the XXX of my personal car, you could just do a basic general ballpark thing and it would be pretty much on point every time. This JR1 is just a little bit more of a got to get it more fine tuned. But when it's on, it's significantly faster too.
Mhm.
So it's one of those things to where do you want consistently good or every now and then super badass?
So in that regard, I have to ask this because I've gotten an inordinate amount of texts, and probably Corby too, but I've gotten so many texts and messages. Is Taco Casa back?
Yeah, Taco Casa's on. We're good.
We're still branded.
We're Taco Casa rolling. So this season will be brought to you by a little bit of Taco Casa. We got the Fox drywall, and then
Long-time supporter of you.
Long time supporter. Like, so Robbie Fox with Fox Drywall, Fox Motorsports, he's been helping me out significantly since 2006.
Wow.
And so
That doesn't happen anymore these days.
No. And so like in 2006, 06, 07 is whenever we started running micros. And they actually came by to buy, he was with his brother, they were buying his nephew my go-kart. And it was whenever I was transitioning to get to micros. And ever since then, he's backed me and haven't missed a year. He's absolutely been one of the greatest things to my entire racing career.
Because it takes that too, Jeff.
Yeah.
You know, it takes sponsors. It takes people believing in
sponsors,
you.
and then the support. And like I've
For
always
sure.
like, you know, we've never had a shop to actually work out of, and he's got a shop right there by our house that now he has like, 4 or 5 stock car sport mods in there. But when we first started running, we had probably 3, 4, or 5 micros in there. And to be able to have somewhere consistent with top of the line tools, and it's someone that's always been there and that's so invested in racing, that's been like significant. And then having Taco Casa on board, that's just a kicker. It's
For sure.
It's awesome. You know, the fans love Taco Casa.
So we haven't seen the end of Taco Bucks as we know it as a whole.
Now,
That's what I was
Turbo's been
worried
waiting
about.
1 hour, 32 minutes, and 38 seconds to make sure the Taco Bucks are still in
Taco
play.
Bucks are still going to be rolling. You'll
Awesome.
still be seeing the Taco Crew at the racetrack.
I'm going to go ahead and
for
mark
sure.
that.
Taco Crew.
No,
That's the next teaser.
it's the
Will we
same-
still have Taco Bucks?
You know, I say this in a sense, you know, the fans and stuff. It's like you said, the second opinion stuff that you drive at the Chili Bowl
Yeah.
to Fox Drywall. It takes those people that sometimes you have no idea how you met them, and it just worked out. It was
Yeah.
simple, and they've stuck with you through everything, through your highs and lows. And like we just said, you know,
Exactly.
you've had big crashes, you've had bad years, you've had great years, but
Yeah, it's like through the years of racing, I've been blessed to have a lot of really great people sponsor me, and whether they're financially or it's physically supporting or emotionally, all of that,
or it's me with the mag.
or the Sherb parts
Stolen
trailer.
mag.
Yeah, Sherb parts trailer just hanging out waiting for me with the mag. But yeah, that's what makes the local racing successful is the like the friends and family
I agree.
and the community.
Are you going to try to get out to the? You going to go watch the World of Outlaw races at KSP?
Yeah, that's my plan. My plan is to go out there and hang out. I mean,
We're gonna
whether
attempt a push in the cushion live taping out there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Not me.
Just
I'm
have
not
people-
going to be there. I won't
He's
be there. for that,
100% going to be there. I don't even know why. I don't know why we have to have this conversation. Anyway,
Corby, you're contractually obligated.
see, did you get that in
I
your
have-
headphones?
Is Jim gonna appear at the podcast
Yeah, I'll be there.
live at?
Well, I'll be there with someone.
We're
Oh.
going to try to. We're going to.
With the
What's
Ryder
her What's her
LaPlante.
name?
No,
Oh.
Ryder LaPlante.
I thought. Well, when you said someone, I was saying.
No, the Ryder LaPlante.
I thought there was some breaking news on
Yeah,
episode number
no.
1. I'm going to be out there with somebody. Really?
I'm gonna go hang out with Ryder.
So
It's
we're
cool.
going to
He's
try
one
to
of the local
record
guys.
live out there, and ideally, I think it'd be awesome just to have people drop by and
Just set
throw a
up
set up.
in Ryder's trailer.
That's the idea.
right in the center.
Kevin's
In the
going to
way-
love that.
Right in the middle of the west. No, you can't get that tire. We're in the middle
God,
of
could
taping.
you imagine
we're
if you guys
taping
tried to host a podcast live in the Sherb trailer while I was working on all those cars? I'd have flipped the table over.
That's he says that jokingly, but like there's a lot of truth to that.
I can't imagine, if we're being honest right now, and Jeb can probably agree to some of this. I cannot imagine being someone working on me and my brother's cars if there was 4 of us, and like I said, all 4 of us drive differently. All four of us liked different things. And
Vastly different.
someone like Wesley and Jimmy who had to try to figure out what each driver liked, even like Kerbo said, sometimes I just needed words.
Yeah.
That was it. I didn't need to change anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember that.
You know who didn't need words? Lucas the Dream Sherb.
No, Lucas was just good. As long as his car was about 50%, he was going to be fine.
Yeah.
Wait.
I remember there was one night at Kennedale that I ended up winning. That
Just throw that out there.
I called Jimmy and I asked
drop
Jimmy.
that by right
I asked Jimmy. I was like, "What do I do tonight?" And he said that it's only going to be 3/4 of the way up. Don't do anything. He said, "Pour your wing back too." I was like, "You sure?" And he goes, "Yep." I said, "Okay." That's all I needed to know.
Boom.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
And it
We-
just like you said with a Triple X base setup, sometimes it worked for me week in and week out. I didn't have to do anything else.
Yeah.
It took
Man,
Jim. It's funny because we would be out somewhere without Jim because lives get in the way, and Jim doesn't always get to make it out to the track, and Corby would be on the phone with him, and Jim will ask him a question like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And Corby's answer 100% of the time is, "I want you to tell me what to do. This isn't a discussion. I need to know how many clicks. I need to know air pressure. Everything else I think we've got dialed in. Well, what are you feeling? Doesn't matter.
They just tell me what to do.
Just tell me what to do.
And a lot of times it's, just
'Cause it's mental, Jeff.
when
is.
when you were just kind of thinking out loud, trying to, decide one way or the other. It's just nice to say it out loud to yourself, and you're either looking for affirmation or you're looking for, one way or another. And you all your brothers, your dad, showed me so much grace because we kitchen sinked most of your cars every night, trying weird stuff. Because I grew up in the non-wing racing rule. Wing cars were never animal.
Go ahead.
And
Go ahead and say it. They were what? They were for what?
Real men?
Well, they just weren't around my area. All right, we were non-wing territory, and I think the first like 4 races Lucas ran in his new car, he broke a drive shaft, and I'm sitting there going, "Damn, these 305 wing cars are hard on drive shafts." Well, the Sherbs weren't cutting them to the right length. You get a 30-inch drive shaft, you got to cut it 28.5. They didn't do it. They were just running it, and it was splitting it in half. And I was sitting there thinking, like, "Oh, these wing cars are crazy." And so when it came to setup stuff, I put Corby on reverse split, positive split. We tried everything under the sun to try to get feel, and I put him in a bad spot a lot of times, and we have exhausted a ton of options, and said, "Yep, that doesn't work. Nope, that doesn't work." That when we starting to hit the right feel, we could make the car feel really, really good, and we'd run 9th. And then we decided to, make the car fast, and making the car faster made our finishes better. It took It took half a season to buy in to say this car doesn't drive great, but it's got 0.3 of a second more pace when you can get it right. Did
you ever want to replace Corby? Was that ever
No,
like,
I bet
all
you it
right,
was weekly.
we've done everything we can?
I'm sure.
No, man.
Maybe a
the
new
Sherbs-
driver would be able to drive what we're baking for him.
the Sherbs did so much for me when I moved down here. So I found
There's Jim skating another question.
yeah, no, I found it was a really good fit. I needed something to sink my teeth into and obsess over, and the Sherbs and their race cars were there for me to do that. So
Now you're on a podcast.
that's right, yeah. The one nobody wanted. So
It's
But,
been good, and I think that racing and locally, and like I say, Jim, you're like family now to us, and if you told me to do something, I
Kerbo
would-
officiated my wedding.
Yeah.
You were in it, and Kerbo officiated it.
That was a one-time, for anybody that's listening, that was a one-time deal. And the Reverend Slim Pushins has officially retired.
You're still accredited by the state of
I
Texas.
am.
So
Jim
you
sent
could
me-
come
never
out
heard that
of
story.
retirement.
Jim sent me, he was like, hey, I don't know why. The things that he drags me into, the podcast being one of them, right? I'm ordained.
Poor Jeb's like an hour away from home, and we're just talking about.
Yeah, we're on an hour and 40 minutes now.
I don't have to work tomorrow, so we're good.
This is Jeb's prime hours.
I'm a night shifter. As of now, in April, I am switching to day shift.
Really?
So I'll have a
That's
normal...
gonna mess you up.
I know.
Was that going to mess up the racing schedule? Like, do you
It
lose
shouldn't.
seniority?
No, I should be just fine. As far as I
Alright.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Jim's like, hey, there's only there's 3 rules for officiating my wedding. A, I've got a link that I'm going to send you. I need you to be like officially ordained, so that you can sign this. B, you got to cut your hair, and C, you cannot cuss during the wedding.
I go with B. Keep B.
So,
If you're wondering,
fine.
he hasn't cut it since the week of my wedding. I
Clearly.
don't know how long I've been married.
Yeah. How long have you been married? Kerbo's hair length worth. So he sends me this link, and he's like, man, my mom did it. It shouldn't take you very long. I don't even think it should cost you anything. So I was like, all right, cool. So I'm at work one morning, and I click on this link, and it's like, enter your email address, enter your password. Congratulations, you're ordained. It was like,
Solid.
if you want a certificate, send us $5. And I was like, man, I don't need a certificate. That literally,
I got
that
this
was
here
it.
screenshot.
I was like,
Yeah,
Jim,
screenshot
I remember texting him. I was like, hey, I don't know if I missed a step or 4 or 5 steps, but like, he's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, you said it wasn't going to take very long. Like, the process was like getting onto a website.
It's like logging into my email.
Like, I'm ordained.
The gist of it.
Now I get emails like, hey, congratulations on being ordained for a year.
We'll keep you noted just in case there's any marriage.
Anyway, hit us up on our Facebook page if you're getting married this summer at a racetrack.
Yeah,
live
Corby
podcast.
can get ordained really quickly.
No,
Corby's,
I'm not doing it.
Live podcast broadcasted.
During intermission,
yeah,
during intermission, all the
we're
crew
gonna
chiefs
do
are out there screwdriving the racetrack.
We're gonna do a mass wedding in the infield at RPM. We'll talk to Kevin Ramey about that. Corby can get a bunch of race fans married. That's gonna lead. We're gonna get so many messages. Hey, if you guys were serious,
Jeb will do it, not me.
I'd love for Corby Sherb to marry
Jeb's in it.
me and the old lady.
They don't want me. I can't.
Renew your vows.
Oh, there you go.
There you
Maybe
go.
that could be the special for the race fans.
We gotta get with Kevin Ramey on that one at RPM. They're in the middle of like working the track.
Oh, it's like those weddings that are on a golf course and a guy shanks a 5-iron.
Just
Right.
yeets one into the bride's side. Yeah.
Uncle
All
Frank
right,
gets popped in the
we gotta
temple.
wrap this thing up. So real quick, KSP. You're gonna try to make all the KSP races.
Yeah, the goal is to make all the KSP races. That's my good little local track.
RPM.
Are
Yeah.
you afraid of any new hard chargers on the scene at KSP
That's a
that are
We're not.
coming in?
I'm never,
Jim the mechanic's gonna be behind the wheel. Like is what he's getting at.
you know,
He's looking. He's
I've
looking
been
to be.
thinking
He
about
wants
it.
a crown.
you know, it kind of keeps me up at night. Luckily, I'm a night shifter, so I just stay awake. But you know, there's always that potential. That could be one of those up and
We've
comings.
seen some surprises before.
Could be one of those
Yeah.
up and comings.
You and I won it. That was a huge surprise.
That was.
So you're gonna. What about RPM?
So we'll do KSP. I'll hit RPM as much as possible. I got to kind of figure out what my work schedule is going to be like. Kind of once I get
During the
the
daylight.
ball rolling for the day shift stuff. So,
Is there anywhere that you haven't raced? What is there? I think that was on the run sheet, or if it wasn't, it should have been.
what do you mean, like in Texas?
Sure,
in
or anywhere,
DFW?
anywhere.
You know, there's a lot of places I haven't raced.
Or that you want to race.
That I want to race?
Yeah, like anything on the bucket list. As people are yelling at their.
Well, say it bigger. Like any type of car
Okay.
to a track that you say you want to
Yeah.
race.
Do the Foxes want you in their door slam or whatever?
Yeah,
have you-
I
have
don't
you-
know.
have you-
So they do ask me if I'd like to drive one of their like factory stock sport mods. And I've thought about it, but you know, it's sometimes hard to juggle that
I wonder, like,
with the sprint car.
how much do
So
you have to?
I think that would be cool, but
In one of those fender,
I think a fender car would be cool.
I could be out of place by seeing this. I think you would get bored.
I think so. Like the one,
Like, I'm going to get a lot of hate mail on that one.
the bucket list thing that I would love to do, which it doesn't even really pertain to like circle dirt track, but would be like a trophy truck.
Yeah.
Like I think
Really?
that is bucket list. If someone asked me, or if I won the lottery or whatever, I would like to drive a trophy truck, and then
Like the Jimmy Johnson, Robbie Gordon special, like
Yeah.
through the Baja.
yeah. Like I think the short course would be super
Yeah.
badass because I wouldn't have to really.
I don't know if I expected that from Jim.
Yeah,
Jim?
I think that would be a life goal.
You know, the Pro 2 stuff seems really hard. Pro 4 stuff seems really cool.
Yeah.
But it's
Pro
also
2
a
does-
big lotto. You
Yeah.
gotta win.
yeah. So I think that would be cool. The short course stuff. The Baja, 500 and all that stuff would be cool. But I also would be so focused on not running something over.
Yeah.
Like a tree?
Anything.
Well, it's
I
crazy
saw
because
one where this truck ran into a cow that was standing, like, where's a cow in the desert for? But yeah.
Like, what, is this thing regulation size or what?
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
That'd be what I'd be worried about. So I've done more short course. I think
that stuff would be cool.
yeah. Because I mean, I've done 410, 360, midgets, micros.
But the
Everything
fender,
open wheel?
the fender stuff doesn't
I
interest
think
you,
the fender
or
stuff cool. I think it would be super cool to drive. One of these days, I am getting in one of Fox's either factory stock. I think they're just going mainly factory stocks this year. One of these days, I'm definitely going to get in one. And then I think it would be cool to drive a modified or a late model just to feel that,
yeah.
just to get that feeling.
Kevin Rutherford's got one.
Hey,
I know a guy.
I would love just to make 5-10 laps just to see what it feels like to have that like left rear hike up like it does. I think that looks
Yeah.
like
It's the total opposite of
Yeah.
what we know.
I think that would be super cool.
I want to
You
get.
were, you at Chili Bowl. This year. You were teammates with the reigning O'Reilly's Series
Jesse
champion,
Love.
Jesse Love. Did you talk smack? Were you like, hey, listen, like
No, because
your lap times at Talladega? I think I could have.
no, so you'd like to. So sometimes he's super nice, but that's such a short amount of time. You don't really get to know certain people, and so I didn't feel like I could really talk shit to him.
You were like that, like I'm
You
gonna-
wasn't
Also-
there yet.
It's also
not there to the talk shit part.
especially there. We have to remember that the Second Opinion Auto program is much better
It's just-
than the program we've been on.
That's a solid.
it's
it
it's
is.
it's
down to business, and it
Yeah,
is,
like,
it's a
it's-
super cool thing to be a part of.
they're not messing around. Like, that's not a fun week. That's they're there to get it on.
It is.
and be a
absolute
part-
work.
Yeah, and be part of late night Saturday
you were
action.
amongst some. So we just talked about Jesse Love,
Mm-hmm.
and then the owner of that team's son
Yeah,
is a Cup crew chief, right?
Yeah. So he's Alex Bowman's crew chief. So he actually, him and like all of that, so he ended up building a car. So Blake, he ended up building a car, and him and his dad kind of went in for like Jesse Love's car to add to the team this year, and then his dad owns the other cars. There's also another car owner, Wayne, that owns one. And so there's some they're very talented drivers. There's a lot of hard-working people in that crew.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those.
Did you tell me?
get down to
Did you tell me
business.
this year at Chili Bowl that throughout the week, how many different crew members were going to be in and out? It was a crazy number. It was like
There were-
100 people.
Yeah, there was a good amount of like there's a good amount of the crew guys that kind of rotated through there. And there's so many. So there's like the Second Opinion workers, so the employees for Second Opinion Auto Center. They all will come through. Some of them come during the week, and then some of them come for the weekend. And then you have all the friends and family of the drivers and the crew, and so like in total, I think there's usually somewhere around 150
Jeez.
plus 180 like that are associated with it, whether it's friends that we've made through the years at the Chili Bowl, but
I don't think Jim could have handled that. Jim doesn't.
it's a
Jim doesn't like not
it's a
being the
solid
man.
amount of people, and it's super cool. It is
Yeah,
cool, but
they do a really good job. They've got really fast and competitive cars, and they got a huge operation that's got like hospitality and food and adult beverages, and
yeah, we got a
like
whole
they
hospitality trailer.
strike an incredible balance of being really high end performing, but also a high energy pit to hang out in when you're not
they're
racing.
super cool. And they also sponsor Monday nights. at the
Yeah.
Chili
Oh
Bowl.
yeah,
Yeah. Second Opinion Auto Center qualifying night.
that's right.
So it is.
Well-
It's a cool thing to be a part of. But it's cool to see some of the people that kind of filter through there that are extremely high up in the NASCAR world, and like when Jesse ended up crashing the A main, turned out to be just fine. But when he crashed in the A main, he was sitting up in the trailer, and Kyle Larson walks up into our trailer just to come check on him. I'm like, "Hey, Kyle, how's it going?" It's like,
Hey,
I'm
I'm Jeff.
also one of these drivers.
Hi, I'm Jeb. I'm a nurse.
So it's cool just to be a part of something like that where you have some real high level NASCAR people.
It's pretty cool.
And
It
like,
is
well,
neat.
like you say too,
Intimidating,
Like you're saying that
very
high level
intimidating.
NASCAR people down to like what you call
Yeah, I'm
yourself
just
as
a
a racer,
local-
And
I'm a local driver. And
that
so,
that's a cool thing about a whole team that you have all these people, and the same expectations are for you as to anyone else who drives their stuff.
yeah, exactly.
All right, we really got to get out of here. Jeb asked me before we started recording, like, how long, what's your aim? Like, what,
We went way
30
too long.
minutes? We're going on almost 2 hours. So,
pretty solid.
Got by quick.
Jeb, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate
You're the
everything, and
come by when we're recording live.
Yeah, I'll come back on
Because,
for sure.
you know, when you get a bunch of,
Someone else has to be the more of a guest, and I'll be another.
like Jim, just the
I'll
guy
be
that
like
chimes in
like a random
at the wrong minute.
not host because I don't want the
right.
host responsibility, but I'll be the random, just kind of
Like the backstretch gate guy.
yeah. I'm more of that guy. Yeah. Like, do you have your pit pass? Yeah.
That guy,
Yeah,
that guy, I'd never, the guy that does that at KSP, I'd never met him before in my life. And I was coming off the track when he's like, pulled me over there, and I was like, oh, I've done something. And he goes, hey, you the one that does those videos with Corby? And I go,
No,
"Yeah."
it's
He
the
goes-
other guy.
He goes, man, yeah, it's the other big dude. He was like, man, I really need more of those. Like, I watch them when I take a shit. And I was like, hey, I really appreciate that. Man, I appreciate the kind words. So,
right on. Well, I appreciate y'all.
People
This was
here.
fun.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It was good. It was good to know the deeper Jeb Sessums than
We're going to
the
have him on
majority.
again. Like, we
For
didn't
sure.
even get to everything in 2
No.
Well,
hours.
Yeah.
we got to do a live out in the NASA parking lot and then go race
We can do
105
that.
later
That's
that
what's
night.
going
We can do
on.
that.
I'm here
That's
for
what we
it.
need to
I'll
do.
get more.
Just yelling at people that walk out that it's clocked out. Like, y'all didn't land on the moon.
Yeah. I'll get
You
more,
live a life of lies.
I'll get some more like.
Come see us at
valid
105 tonight.
statistics. Yeah. Come see us at 105.
All right, thank y'all.
I appreciate
you,
it,
Jeb.
guys.
Woohoo! Appreciate it.
My name is Jeff.
Thank you for listening to the Pushing the Cushion podcast. I'm sorry that it was a complete waste of your time. Maybe Corby and Slim will actually learn how to make an interesting podcast before the next one. Who am I kidding? I don't get paid enough for this. We'll see you next time.